A very good afternoon to you all. I am Dr. Amarjit Kaur. I am Professor of Accounting and Certified Management Accountant. I am working with Gurugram University at Department of Management as Professor and Dean. I am author of about 50 papers and 8 books, and I am very happy to be present here to talk about bank reconciliation statement. This is a topic which is covered in the previous part today itself, and in the second part I am going to talk about what are the causes of differentiation between the two values, one shown by the bank column of cash book and the second shown by the passbook. So that, and then we will discuss about the format of the bank reconciliation statement, right? So this would be the agenda for today's discussion. So friends, the causes of differences in cash book and bank statement are primarily put under 2 categories. So the first category is pertaining to time gap. The time gap, because of the time gap between the transactions happening or recorded at the business and at the bank level, there are certain values which are shown in the cash book and not recorded at the bank level, certain values which are recorded by the bank but are not recorded at the cash book simply because there is a time lag, maybe gap of 2 days, 3 days, 20 days. These gaps were very high in the past. Now these gaps have gone down because of the digital banking, internet banking, etc. Okay, but this category covers all those points, all those reasons which have actually caused the difference between two values simply because of time lag. The second category which causes the difference between the cash book and the bank book balance is the errors committed by either the bank or the firm. So it means time gap and errors are 2 primary reasons. Within these 2 categories of causes, we have many reasons which I will discuss and explain in detail, but please do remember the time gap and the errors, 2 broad categories. Now coming to the first category, which is differences which are caused by time gap. Let's pay attention to this, have a look at the slide, and thereafter I will simply discuss all the point. We may not be showing the slide again to you. So differences which are caused by time gap, under that category, the first reason is deposits outstanding. So what are deposits outstanding? You have actually received some check, you have received some draft or banker's check and you deposited in the bank. Bank has yet to credit it. Let's say you received it on 8th of January. On 9th of January you deposited that check in the bank. 10th and 11th was Saturday, Sunday. It was off for the bank. 11th was holiday, some national holiday, and the bank actually processed your check on 12th. So there is a gap of 3-4 days, and after this check is been honored, maybe on 13th the amount is credited in your account. So there is a gap of about 4 or 5 days, right? Did you notice? So you in your books, you put it the amount the day you deposited. If you deposited on 8th, you will write 8th, you will increase the balance on 8th. If you put the check in the bank on 9th, you will increase your balance on 9th itself. If you deposited on 20th, you will, but there could be time gap. It could be simply the time required for the process. So most of the banks, they need at least 2 days. If I deposit today, your check must maybe presented next day, and day after tomorrow, the second working day, the amount is credited. If there is no holiday, no bank leave, etc., or national holiday or bank holiday. But so but this will cause a difference between the bank balance shown by your account and the passbook. So we call it as deposits outstanding, and this fall under the time gap category. The second is checks which are outstanding. So in the first example, you were expecting some credit in your account. You received something. In this checks outstanding, same way you would have paid to somebody. So you have issued a check today, right? Let's say you issued a check to your supplier who sent you inventory of raw material. So you issued the check and you reduced the balance in your bank account of cash book today itself. Let's say today is 6th of July and you reduce the balance in your account. And the check was let's say it was for 2 lakhs rupees. So 2 lakhs rupees gone down in your account, your bank column of your cash book. But the person to whom you have issued the check, he has yet to present. He didn't go to the bank today. Maybe next day he was busy. Maybe he has somebody sick at his office, at his home. For next 5 days he did not deposit. Maybe next 10 days he didn't deposit. He was not in need of money. He has some personal reasons. He may have some reason that he could not manage to go to bank, and he did not deposit. He did not drop the check even at the drop box. So the check is just lying in his office or at his home or at his car even, and you have already reduced it. There's a time gap of 10 days. So bank column has more amount. Your book, that is your cash book, is showing less amount. So certainly the balance would be difference between the two books. So we call it as checks outstanding, and the reason falls under time gap. The third reason under this category is, the third cause of difference under this category is direct deposits by customers. Sometimes we struggle that my balance is up, who paid you, we really struggle to understand. And it has happened with me recently. I booked air ticket for US. I was planned to visit US, and because of lockdown and all, I could not travel. So that amount was actually refunded by the airline. So I was not remembering, because the ticket was for X amount, let's say for 1 lakh, and I received Y amount after some processing fees was deducted from it. I could not recall, I could not match this money. So for 2 days I was struggling that where did I get such an amount. My account was credited, and because such transfers sometime there are codes. You exact name is not written of the airline. Certain just codes 1 2 3 oblique ABC oblique this. So I really struggled. Actually, this happened to me recently. I struggled to find, because that was not customer, that was something different, but that was an individual example. But that happens. You have been calling supplier to pay, but so the supplier paid you, but this time he paid from some different account, which in the past you were receiving money from, let's say, from State Bank of India. This time he sent you money through Bank of Baroda, and you were struggling. So such deposits which are made directly by the customer in your account, so your bank account will be showing a higher balance, and you may not be aware. You may not have recorded in the bank column of the cash book. So two values would be different. The next cause of difference is non-sufficient fund. This non-sufficient fund could be true for you and for others. If you have received a check and you have deposited in your bank for collection, it comes back to bank, because the person who issued you the check, he has not enough money in his account. So you will assume that money has been credited to your account. You will add money in your bank column of the cash book the day you deposit, right? But that check has been dishonored on the basis of NSF. and your bank account column is a bank account balance is not gone up by the amount you were expecting. So there's a difference. So your bank account or your passbook will show a lower amount, your cash book will show a higher amount. The same could be true other way around. You issued a check and you were supposed to pay to somebody, and today when the check was presented, maybe when you issued a check there was enough balance in your account, right? That person to whom you issued, he or she, that business took some time to present it in the bank, and on the day when that check was presented for collection, you have not enough money in your account. So that check will be returned unpaid, right? Because the reason would be non-sufficient fund, NSF. What will happen? The day you issued a check, you reduce the amount in your amount column, bank column of the cash book. But in actual, your bank balance will not go down by that amount, right? The next cause under this category is bank interest received. So, at a certain frequency, bank credits some interest to your account. In India, we really get good interest on our accounts. So, which you are not aware, because they do not calculate on a particular day, on a particular amount. They calculate the interest on an average, right? So you have a different bank balance on every day, because the business is dealing with in the bank on a daily basis. They may have 10 times paid payments, 10 receipts, 100 payments, 100 receipts, 1000 payments, 1000 receipts, right? So bank has their own system of calculating interest and crediting to your account, which you are not aware how much interest would be received this month or quarterly, or in this month after this, on quarterly basis. So your account, as per your column of cash book, which is showing the bank account, will have lesser amount, lesser value in comparison to the passbook. The passbook would have higher value because of this interest directly credited by the bank, which you will get to know later on when you receive the passbook or when you actually check your bank statement. The next reason is dividend interest received, right, directly. So you have received some dividend or some interest from someone else, not by the bank. In the previous example, we referred that bank has given you some interest, and now I am saying somebody else. You have extended loan to somebody. You have given, officially as a business has given loan to somebody. Business has purchased debentures. Business has purchased bonds of other businesses. Business has purchased share of other companies. Right? That is very common practice. So it means business investments. On those investments, we receive, if we have purchased shares, then we will receive dividend. If we have purchased debentures or bond, then we will receive interest. Right? So that dividend and interest are generally paid directly. We give our account, and directly the companies do transfer the money to the account. So though we know that they are paid on, generally interest on debenture is paid biannual on every 6 months, but not on a particular date. There could be difference of a day or 2 or 3 or like that, right? So your bank column will go, your bank account as per the passbook would have a higher amount than your bank column in the cash book. There will be a difference because of this reason. Then the next reason under this category is bank charges. So bank do charge us for many reasons. Sometime any check has been returned, sometime non-sufficient fund is there are charges. Sometime if we do not keep the minimum balance, there are charges. So there are many charges. A check book is issued, there are charges. If the checkbook, which is generally allowed within whatever the account type is, if we request issue of a checkbook for more number of leaflets, then which are permitted in your bank account type, then the bank will charge. For messages, bank will charge. There are many reasons bank would be charging, maybe for issuing a DD, for issuing any particular pay order, etc., etc. So such charges are maybe not known to you exactly. You know something will be charged, but you may not know exactly. There are certain charges like exchange rate. If you are paying in currency of some other country, let's say I am paying $1,000 to some supplier in US. So you do not know what would be the exchange rate charged by the bank on, this is an internet based transaction. You will get to know once it is charged to your account, right? So such charges, which I have given you couple of examples, beginning from the smallest of the minimum balance charge, no balance charge, non-sufficient fund charge, check dishonor charge, to the exchange rate, right? All this will be charged by a bank, which you may not be aware as it is exactly, and you will not be recording in your bank column of cash book unless you get the exact money, exact value. So your bank balance as per passbook would be showing a lower balance, and your bank balance as per cash book would be showing a higher amount, and this is because of the time gap, because the moment you bank charges in actual and the moment you record it. The other reason is direct payment by the bank. So as bank receives certain interest, certain dividend on your behalf, same way a bank may pay on your behalf directly to the any client, to the any party whomsoever you have directed. We call them as standing instruction. Let's say business has purchased building, office building, and for that a bank loan was taken. So every month a particular installment is paid by the bank directly to the to the loan account. Maybe it could be the same bank, it could be some other bank, right? But loan account is separate from your saving or your current account. So direct payment of any such nature, this is one example. There could be rent paid directly, there could be standing instruction for any electricity bill, there could be standing instruction for anything. Companies may have standing instruction to pay interest on debenture. It could be in huge amount, it could be in crores. So any direct payment by bank on your behalf basis on some standing instruction are going to reduce your bank balance as per the passbook, whereas you will record it later. So your bank column of the cash book will show a higher amount in this example, right? Whereas the bank account passbook column will be showing a lower amount. So these were the reasons under the time gap category. Now we will be moving forward and discussing all those reasons which are caused by the second category, which is errors committed, right? So error committed by firm, errors committed by bank, both of them will actually cause a difference in the value of balance, the balance shown by the cash book and the passbook. Alright friends, so note down these reasons. I am going to discuss one by one in detail that what are the errors which are committed either by bank or by the firm, and they cause the two balances to be different. So under the errors committed, the first category I am going to take errors committed by a firm. So checks issued but omitted to record, means but not recorded. So we keep on issuing checks on daily basis. It will depend on the number of checks issued on a particular day would depend upon the size of the business and how much bank transactions, how much payments are made through bank. There is a mandate, you cannot pay more than X amount through cash. Every business there is a legal requirement. So most of the businesses, they need to pay larger amount, they need to pay by bank, by check only, or by bank account directly by net banking, etc. Right? So the checks which are issued by a company, by a firm, could be 10 checks by one company, 100 checks by another company, 1000 checks in a day by a third company. This number could vary. Just imagine, there could be a business which has about 100 branches in the country, maybe almost equal number in the another countries as well. So 200 branches. In every branch there are, let's say, about on an average 7 or 8 departments. So 200 branches into 8 departments, it makes 600 departments in total. And if an average, this on an average, if every department issues, let's say, 10 checks a day, it will become 16,000. And if every department is issuing or paying by net banking 200 people in a day, it becomes 1,60,000. The example I am giving just to give you an idea that how many checks only one business, believe me or not. There are many businesses which have 500 branches, 400 branches, 300 branches, like Airtel, the companies like into business, into communication and all, they would have so many branches, right? So there's a likelihood that few checks are omitted to be recorded by a business. So that will cause, we have forgotten completely, some by mistake. So that error will cause the difference between the value of the balance shown by cash book and the bank book, that is passbook. The second difference, the second cause under errors is check issued but recorded twice. Let's say there are 2 accountants, there are 3 accountants in the accounts office, everybody is writing, so maybe one person recorded it, stopped working, the second guy in the second shift started and he recorded it again, or the same guy has recorded twice by mistake. So there's a likelihood, and that happens very frequently, right? What will happen? Your account will show either more money, either more credit or more debit, depending on the check issued or received, right? So if it is check issued, your balance will be shown. If firm is committing, in this example we are assuming firm is issuing, so your balance will be lower than what the passbook is showing, right? So that is the another error which can cause difference of balance between the two books. The third is checks deposited in the bank and omitted to be recorded in cash book. So here a firm has received a check but just forgotten to, so it was dropped in the bank, the money is actually credited to your account, but which you just simply forgot. You could not record in the cash book, in the bank column, and in this case what will happen? The bank column as per cash book would have a lower amount, and the bank column as per the passbook would have a higher amount. Same way, checks deposited in the bank recorded twice. So you may forget to record, you may record it twice. So if you are recording twice, means your book will show more balance and the passbook would show a lower balance. The another reason under this category is errors in totaling, in balancing bank column of cash book. The accountant who is writing the cash book may simply make a mistake in totaling. Then there will be a mistake, then there will be a balance disagreement between with the passbook, or simply the balancing of the bank column of cash book, somebody committed a mistake, right? So balancing could be mistaken, or the totaling mistake. In either of the condition, your value will not match with the passbook balance. So these were the errors committed by firm. What are the errors which are committed by bank? Number 1, the wrong debit or wrong charges. So I have seen many people in the bank, they are coming fighting with the manager. Why did you charge this? Why did you charge this? Last time you charged me X amount. because there are certain charges which are decided by the managers, by the officers there on the spot, because so there's a flexibility to the bankers, and you assumed they will charge you 100 rupees for a draft, but they actually charge you 150 rupees, right? You thought they will charge you 1 lakh rupees, but they actually charge you 1,20,000 for some LC, some any such thing, right? So then there is a balanced disagreement between the two books. And another reason, and the last reason, could be that the wrong debit or wrong credit, right? So wrong credit means they have given you benefit. So bank has deposited some money which doesn't belong to you, or by mistake they have, so you deposited a check of 10,000, by mistake they deposited 1 lakh in your account. So then again there would be disagreement between two values, right? So this is how the differences cause disagreement between two values. And have a look at the slide. This is the format of a bank reconciliation statement. We write details, all the causes and the particulars, then we write the plus amount and the minus amount, the minus column. So this is how, friends, we prepare the bank reconciliation statement. I hope you could understand the differences caused by time lag and the errors, and why there is a difference between the balance as per cash book and the passbook. This was the agenda which we covered today. So thank you very much for being with me for these 30 minutes. Thank you.